Hey guys, Hecon's here with another World of Warcraft gold making guide. This is episode 3 of the 1 billion gold challenge. In the last episode we looked at how to start building up capital on a new realm, and today we're going to be looking at one of the main tools that I use to identify potential flips, along with a few examples on a couple of the realms that I play on. For the majority of my realms, the bulk of my gold making comes from flipping. Once I have enough gold on each of my realms from employing the strategies I shared in the previous episodes, as well as my other gold making guides, I jump right into playing the auction house. So the enderminejournal.com is one of the main resources that I use for trying to identify potential flips. All you have to do is go to the enderminejournal.com. It'll usually ask you to select a region and then your realm. And then if you go to the right side, you'll see a button called Deals. Just click on that and it'll list all the potential deals. So it looks like on Kel'Thuzad there's a couple of good items that might be worth looking at. The Stone Shield Cloak is listed for 1k right now, as well as these Briar Treaders, also listed for 1k. And both of these items have a really high region market value average, 18k and 50k. So these two might be worth picking up, try and flip, as there's only one of each on the realm. These Skull Blasters might also be worth taking a look at. It looks like it's listed for 650. The mean price on this realm is 6.6k, so I think someone missed a zero listing this. And as you know, you can obliterate these for 5.5 obliterum on average, so there's probably a couple k profit in that, just picking this up to obliterate. Also, if you have TSM installed and you find an item that you like, there's an item code here. I think they correspond to this order, but I'm not 100% sure, so just copy and paste the entire thing, and if you put it into your search bar on TSM, it should pull up all these items. But I think the two that we're focused on this realm is these two, the ones listed for 2k. Should be pretty good investments. If we can get close to these two region market value averages, it's going to be what, like 15k profit on this one and like 48k profit on this one, which is pretty insane for a 1k item. So we're in game now, and we're going to be picking up those items that we talked about a bit earlier. I think this one had a 17k region market value average, so it's definitely a good buy at 1k. And these were the boots that we talked about earlier. They look alright. They're only 1k, so it's not that big of a gamble. And then the Skull Blaster. Oops. That was the wrong one. Heavy Skull Blaster. As you guys can see, I think this guy missed a zero on it. 650 is definitely a great price. Remember that these yield on average 5.5 obliterum. So if we just check the price of obliterum, primals are really low in this realm, but regular obliterum starts at around 700, so Skull Blaster is definitely worth it. One obliterum is going to pay for this Skull Blaster, so 4.5 is going to be pure profit. What does that end up being? 4.5 times 700, so was that like 3k, 4k profit? It's definitely a good buy. And all you have to do to obliterate this is send it to one of your trials. You can just roll a 100 trial, go to Dalaran, mail yourself the Skull Blaster, and then obliterate it, and then mail back the obliterum, and list it on the auction house. So I want to quickly share one of my flips on Proudmoore using the Endermine Journal as a tool. As you guys can see, I ended up selling this flaming quartz staff for over 250k or 242k after the auction house cut. You'll also see from the TSM accounting data that I only paid 2k for this originally, and it was one of my finds using the Ender My Journal as a tool. I did have to sit on this item for close to 4 months, but I think spending 2k now to make 240k 4 months from now is definitely worth it. And those are the types of deals that you want to look for when using the Ender My Journal to do this type of gold making. You'll also see that this is almost going to double my gold on this realm, so it's definitely a great way to build up your bankroll. So on this realm I ended up selling an enchanted torch, which is one of the pets that I mentioned in one of the previous videos, for 50k, or 47.5 after the auction house cut. This is a pretty insane sale, since these usually cost between probably like 2 to 5k to craft depending on your realm, and even cheaper if you shuffle your own leather and cloth for the materials. I also ended up selling a Diadem of the Highborn for 200k, or 190 after the auction house cut. A huge shout out to Beering in the WoW Economy Discord channel for the tip to buy these out. I ended up buying them out on, I think, like 5 or 6 different realms, and I've been selling them for between, I think the lowest I got for one was on Kalsazad, and I think I sold it for like 150, but I've been able to get as much as 400k for the heroic and mythic versions of these. With not many people raiding in Tomb of Sargeras, the supply for this has diminished, and it's a really nice transmog piece, so I think a lot of people who are into transmog are paying a premium for these and will continue to do so into BFA. So this is going to be definitely a really good investment if you can get them for probably like 20 to 30k on your own. If they're any higher than that, I would probably just skip them, but I think I bought most of mine for between 20 to, I think I paid like 50k for my mythic versions, but as I said, I'm getting like 400k for them just from the flip, so definitely worth keeping an eye on your realm. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. In the next episode, I'll go more in depth at metrics you should look at when evaluating flips. In addition, I'll cover a few of the other tools and strategies that I use to make playing the auction house a lot easier. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, a huge shout out to my supporters on Patreon. If you like this video, remember to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to see more content. Take care and see you all in the next video. Late.